This is a good time to play the other leaked video because this is going to go into what I was saying earlier and the whole lie about why she started the Jinshaw troll account to expose her for being a bad person and all that. I don't think so, boo boo. So let's listen to this. And shout out to Real Andy at Beverly Hills. I snatched this audio from his account, so go give him a follow, show him some support. He's amazing. So shout out to him. Just wanted to send him some love. Okay, here we go.
Girl, I know. That's exactly why I called her a snake. Like, you dumb bitch. Like, low-key, I want to DM Mary from, like, a burner account. She probably wouldn't ever see it. And just be like, bitch, I could do it from Reality Von Teese. Okay? But anyway, because we, she'd be watching that shit. And she would open our messages. And just be like, just so you know, Jillian, one of our followers fucking said that she said everything. Just so you fucking know. Bitch, that girl is a fucking dirty rat. She's a rat. One of these types of things. Bravo will not touch you again with a 10-foot pole. And that's exactly what I was saying. I'm not trying to ruin my credibility or name or future like that. Bitch, what happens if fucking Lisa Barlow or Meredith Marks somehow, we don't know, okay, we got in with Jen, we would never be able to do that again. Because, like, look, at the end of the day, my goal is to be a star, bitch. Kind of joking, but also kind of serious. Like, I don't want to ruin my chances for ever being on a Bravo show. Hello. No! You guys, I think I might drive up to Park City because the movers are coming today. What do you guys think? Should I do it to record for, like, BTS Reality Von Teese footage?
Does that sound like somebody whose intentions were pure? Or does that sound like somebody who told on themselves, I want to be famous, I want to be a star? And she even said, I don't know if she said infiltrated or something. She was like, we infiltrated Jen, we got into Jen, I don't know if we can do that again. You really got to pay attention to what people say. That right there confirms she did target Jen Shah, just like Tanisha said. She targeted her. You don't say we infiltrated, we got in with this person, we don't know if we can do it again. My gut says, again, it's my opinion, but my gut says Monica and Koa and whoever this Savannah person is wanted to be famous in my Kanye West voice. I made that famous. They wanted fame. All of this was about them getting a certain lifestyle, becoming famous, and money. And this is the thing. I don't care about that. I think that's fine. If you want to be famous, if you want to have a lifestyle, if you want to get a bag, go at it. I truly believe anything you want in this world, you go out and you snatch it. You go out and you get it. However, the way in which you go about it matters. That is my issue with Monica. Not that she wants to be famous, not that she wants to be on a Bravo show, not that she wants to have a luxurious life. It's the way she went about it. You see what I'm saying? It's the conniving, it's the lying, it's the deception, it's the she's a fraud herself. It's the lying on people, it's the sociopathness of it all. There's no problem with wanting to be famous. There's no problem with wanting money. There's no problem with wanting a better lifestyle. But don't get on this show and play in our faces, lie on people and do all of this stuff, play the victim, and act like you did this out the kindness of your heart, exposing Jen Shah, when the truth was you targeted this woman, infiltrated her life, took private photos and videos of her in order to, quote, take her down so you could take her spot. That is what you did. And you're not a truth teller. You're not a straight shooter. You're not any of those things. You're a liar and you're a fraud and you're weird and you're psycho, in my personal assessment and opinion. Because the thing is, she didn't need to do all of that to be on the show. And I'll tell you why she didn't need to do all that to be on the show. Look at Gina on The Real Housewives of OC. Same energy, except for Gina isn't as dark as Monica. Doesn't have a lot of money. And I'm not shaming, I'm not money shaming at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the reality of the premise of the show. The Real Housewives, behind the white gate, all of that stuff. That's what I mean. I'm obviously not shaming anybody's financial status. I don't want that karma coming back in my life. So trust me, I'm not shaming anybody. But look at Gina on the OC. She's a divorced mom, co-parenting with her children, dating somebody new, had to downsize in her casita, and she's on the show. She has a spot. She's been on the show for years. Look at Leah McSweeney in New York. Single woman, co-parenting, raising her children. Doesn't have as much money as the other women living in her apartment in New York. She was on the show. Was on the show for a couple of seasons. Even got asked to be on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Look at Bethany Frankel. When she started on The Real Housewives, she had no money. She was the single one. And look at her now. So it's not about the fact that Monica doesn't have the lifestyle or the money as the other women do. And to be honest with you, I kind of question about her money because it seems like she doesn't really have a job and her husband / ex-husband subsidize her life, which to me is fine, as he should. He should, pay for his children and all of that stuff. That's fine. But she lies about everything. I wonder if this whole I don't have any money thing is also a lie. Who knows? Who knows? She doesn't have any money, but she's driving a Range Rover. Doesn't have any money, but yet is fine and doesn't have a job. Whatever. I guess she had some baby company, but who knows? Who knows? I think she stopped. Whatever. Who knows? But you get what I'm saying. She didn't have to do all of that to get on the show. She didn't have to stalk Jen, stalk the other ladies, set up a Finsta account, infiltrate people's lives, then lie to production, because I don't think production knew, because if production knew, she would have been told it. Andy Cohen clearly did not know. Clearly. It's obvious Andy didn't know. Andy's not a good actor. And at the reunion, you can tell he had no idea. Andy clearly did not know. So she didn't have to do all of that. She still could have been on the show. She still could have had the fame and the money without doing all this weird maniacal stuff. There are so many housewives who are in very similar situations as Monica who are on the show. Brandi Glanville was another one. Divorced, co-parenting her children, didn't have as much money as the other women. A lot of housewives are in the same exact boat, but they don't do this stuff. And there's a difference between shady and, reading people and going at it and this, that, and the third. That's one thing. But what this chick did was directly against the other women before she was even on the show. That's a different type of level of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's not like Robin looking for receipts on Chris, Candace's husband, because they're on the show and they're in the thick of it. This is literally a swim fan, stalker person online doing all of this and then trying to infiltrate their group. And the level of jealousy and hatred and vitriol that she has for these women who she doesn't even know like that is also very scary and very alarming. I don't know why Bravo, who knows what they're going to do? I have no idea. But why would Bravo bring back a woman whose own mother said, all you did was unite these 4 a-holes? I know you have a beef with her. I know I didn't abandon you with these bees. It's the level, and then everything she just said in the leaked audio, it's the level of vitriol and hate that she has for these women who she doesn't even really know. That is what is alarming. And then you expect these women to film with her after this? That's a dangerous and scary situation to put people in. I thought The Housewives was about women coming together who have interesting stories and dynamic friendships. It's always been about, we got to get the friendship group together. We got to bring the friendship group back together. We can't have the division. Like, you know what I mean? Why would you bring back a woman who speaks like this about other castmates? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why this is scary. And I'm honestly, I I should have been asleep last night, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was on TikTok. There is this one account and they were going live talking about it, and Koa was on it. Koa Johnson was on it. Andy was on it. Not our Andy. Andy, who is Monica's makeup artist, a different Andy. Shout out to the real Andy at Beverly Hills. We love him. Not our Andy. It was Andy from her makeup, Monica's makeup artist was on it. And then Tanisha was on it too. I should have been asleep, but my little butt was in bed, just all in the business. And why did I bring that up? Anyway, so I was watching that and I was floored by the people who were like, "Go Monica, team Monica. She didn't do anything that bad." I'm like, do they not understand like the true implications of what her and her friends did and what it really means for what they did? Like, this isn't funny. This is really like a ticky ticky boom. Like, something's really wrong here. And if I was one of the housewives, I wouldn't want to film with her. I would not feel safe. If I heard anybody speaking about, this is the thing, not just Monica, but Monica and her own mother. If I heard someone and their mother speak on me and my life the way Monica and her mother were speaking about me, why would I ever want to work with that person? And don't forget, this is a job. Just like the mom said, it's a show. You're an actress, pretend. It's at the end of the day, it's still a job. That's why they're getting all these lawsuits. It's still a job, meaning the employer has the duty to protect their employees. That's why they keep getting sued for these toxic work environments. That's why they keep getting sued for this stuff. Because if I go and I'm working at Walmart and my employer hire somebody who knows that they said all this about me, and then something pops off, I'm going to sue my employer, because why would you put me, your employee, in that dangerous situation? It's not just, oh, I don't like her. This is a different type of level. Infiltrating yourself in people's houses, being around people's children, taking videos of them without their consent and posting it online, calling them the B word and the a-hole and doing all this stuff. This is different. Like, if anybody was doing this in quote real life, this is a restraining order. This is harassment. This would be a case. That's why Tanisha went to the police and filed a report against Monica. You know, like, you really got to look at this in the bigger picture. I think sometimes we get caught up in like, oh, it's a reality TV show, real life. At the end of the day, NBC Universal is hiring these people. It's a workplace. It's a workplace. And what workplace would allow this to happen knowing that they know it? That's another reason why I don't think the producers knew. Because again, let's say I'm going to go get a job at Walmart, right? I want to go work for Walmart social media. I want to be Walmart social media manager, okay, for Walmart. And I don't put it on my resume that I secretly have a Instagram page dedicated to exposing how horrible Walmart is. Walmart is horrible. Mass production. They don't pay their employees. You know, how do they manufacture this stuff? It's so cheap. You know, child labor. Walmart is horrible. They exploit their employees. Do you think Walmart is going to hire me to work from them if I have an account dedicated to exposing and taking them down? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, now let's move on to my new conspiracy theory. I think that Tanisha was always going to be Monica's fall guy. I think that Monica always knew that she was going to blame everything on Tanisha if she ever got exposed. And I'm going to tell you why I think this. I don't even think Tanisha caught on to this. But I'm going to tell you why. Again, shout out to Josea's World TV Media. Go watch, go follow. This was from the exclusive interview he did with her. Tanisha said in her interview that Monica was telling the other women that Tanisha was talking and spreading lies and rumors about them. This was during filming. So we don't see it actually on camera because we obviously only see Tanisha at the end in the finale when everything pops off. So this is truly behind the scenes because remember, Tanisha is a hairstylist. She's glam. She isn't actually a part of the show. We saw Andy on the show. Andy is the guy when they're in Bermuda because Andy does Whitney's makeup and he does Monica's makeup. So remember they're in Bermuda and Monica's about to get her makeup done and then Heather comes in. Not Heather, I'm sorry. Whitney comes in and Whitney's like, I need to get my makeup done first. That makeup artist, that's Andy. Okay. Tanisha does their hair. She's not really a part of the show itself. So we don't see any of this go down. Tanisha said in this interview, and I personally believe Tanisha. She comes across very believable. She doesn't want to be on the show. She's not clout chasing or any of that. She's like, listen, I feel really bad about the part I played. This is my account. She took 100% accountability. She told the truth about the part that she played. She was very, very remorseful. And she wasn't over the top and trying to bring anybody down. She wasn't trying to she didn't add anything in or try to add fuel to the fire. She was just like, listen, this is my truth. This is the part I played and I feel really bad, but this is what it is. To me, she came across very credible, very, very credible. And she was talking about how once Monica got on the show, Monica didn't even tell her she got on the show. She found out from Heather because Monica and Tanisha had some type of friendship falling out. I don't know why they fell out. Tanisha did not disclose it. She said she didn't want to share the reason why, but she said they had some sort of falling out. They stopped being friends, whatever the case was. Then Tanisha said that the ladies, i.e. like Heather and Meredith and Lisa and Whitney and all them, would then kind of come to her and be like, hey, did you say this? Because Monica's saying you're saying blah, 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 blah. And Tanisha would have to clean it up and explain herself and be like, no, I never said that, or I don't know where that's coming from, or no, this is what happened. And so in my mind, I'm like, and I don't think Tanisha understood exactly what was happening to her. It's what Monica was trying to do to Meredith, planting the seeds to point in the direction that if it comes out that she was involved in this, I already have the fall guy because I already planted all of these seeds. Oh, Tanisha said this. Tanisha said that. Did you hear what Tanisha said? Well, Tanisha told me. This is coming from Tanisha. I think she already knew that if it ever were to come out, that was going to be the fall guy. That's why at the dinner, she was so quick with it. She goes, it wasn't me. It was Tanisha. It was Tanisha. So she was too quick with that response. She was too quick with that because we've already seen the way she does it. Meredith even said it. She was like, no, Monica was the one who at the flight from Palm Springs was telling me all this stuff about Angie and everything else. She was the one who planted those seeds. That's why when I got the DMs, she was the one who I called. And remember, she said that after she got lunch with Monica, they went walking. And she was talking about this area used to be with the Greek mafia. That's how it was built. And Monica was like, do you think Angie's a part of the Greek mafia? Monica was the one who planted it. Do you see? And then remember how all the women were thinking that it was Meredith who was doing it? I think Monica already knew before Tanisha even said a word to Heather. She was already planting the seeds of doubt, of speculation, of reasonable deniability. Oh, it wasn't me. I was just, she used me. I thought she was my friend. She played me like a pawn. Isn't that what she said Meredith did to her? That Meredith was using her. That's what she was doing. She was setting up Tanisha to be the fall guy from jump. Because otherwise, why would she say that to the other women? Why would she be so pressed to talk to the other women about Tanisha, who is Heather's hairstylist and who is her old friend. Why would she be so pressed to plant those seeds with the other women? To the point where the other women were going to Tanisha and asking her what's up. This also is why Tanisha said in the live that when Heather approached Tanisha, what Heather said to her was, are you conspiring with Monica? It was either in cahoots or conspiring, something like that. Some meaning, but it was like, are you conspiring with her? And the reason why Heather asked her, and if you don't believe me, go watch the video. This is what Tanisha herself said. I'm just paraphrasing. So if you don't want to spend an hour watching it, you don't have to. But this is what Tanisha said. This isn't me making stuff up. That Heather came to her and said, are you conspiring with her? Are you in cahoots with her? Just let me know. Is there anything I need to be aware of when we go to Bermuda? Is she going to spring anything on us? And to me, the reason why Heather would say, are you conspiring with her, is because Monica had already planted so many seeds. The only reason why I'm going to ask somebody, are you conspiring with someone, is if there was already doubt in my mind, or there is already suspicion in my mind that this person is conspiring in the first place. If not, I'm going to say, do you know what Monica is up to? I'm not going to say, are you conspiring with her? You see what I'm saying? She had already planted that. Tanisha was going to be her fall guy from jump. She wasn't going to throw her little buddy Koa under the bus. I don't know what the hell happened to Savannah Gonzalez. Who knows? So she had to throw Tanisha, her ex-friend, under the bus. Tanisha also said that Monica was so mad, and this is another thing that people like her do, was so mad that Tanisha wouldn't betray Heather. Like, she wouldn't give her her address. She wouldn't talk bad about Heather. She was riding for Heather, and she was pissed that Tanisha was doing Heather's hair. So you're mad that your so-called best friend has a good job doing Heather's hair in a healthy environment. You're so mad at her about it, but yet you stayed with Jen Shah and you're on the show. So you're on the show with all of these women who your mother called a-holes, who you and your mother called the B word. You're on this show with all these women who you can't stand, but yet you have a problem with Tanisha getting a bag to support her family. Because Tanisha said she loved Heather, she was riding for Heather, and that Heather treated her and her children like gold. And I believe it. I think Heather really is a good person. And I do think that Heather treated Tanisha and her children very well, because Heather has a good heart. She does. Whether you like her or not on the show, who cares? I personally do like her now. She's grown on me a lot. She's a good person. She's a good person. She has some issues with codependency, whatever. Who cares? We all have a little bit of that in us. She's a good person. And I believe Tanisha, because what she is saying is how people actually operate. Tanisha was like, listen, I got a good job. I'm getting paid on time. People are treating me with respect. I'm not about to jeopardize all of this because you want to blog and tweet about Jen Shah. That makes sense to me. What mother is going to jeopardize her bag that she uses to take care of her children over Monica and Koa complaining about Jen Shah yelling at them over a designer dress? You see what I'm saying? Like, that to me makes the most sense. And Tanisha was like, no, Heather's really great. She treats me and my children really well. You know, we have a good time together. And then from getting the gig with Heather, she's gotten other gigs in Utah. Go to her Instagram page. I think it's Tanisha Styles or something like that. Like, that's the handle because she does hairstyling. Go to her Instagram page. She worked with Gabrielle Union. She's worked with other people. She's doing great. She was just like, I don't want to be on the show. This isn't clout from me. And I'm not going to jeopardize my bag and my family for Monica. That makes the most sense to me because that's how human beings operate. You see? So, it is what it is. So I believe Tanisha. I really do. She came with receipts. And she also came with humility. And that to me is what gave her the most credibility. She was very humble. She was like, I messed up. I was in it. She even said, I don't know what spell Monica had me under and all this other stuff. She was very humble. She was very humble and she took all the accountability and she was honest about the role she did play. That gave her credibility to me. That gave her credibility to me. Okay.